Been an icebreaker speech before. I thought I would get that reaction. So it is quite an experience to go through it. So I had the manual, and so here I am at 48 years old, and you almost reflect on your life, so to speak, because I had the manual, I went through it, and what the manual says is you have to come across several themes, really. You have to, tell a few stories. What is the common denominator? Where are you going to bring it? So when I really thought about my life at this stage, perseverance came into it. And really almost every story that I thought about through my life, it was perseverance. So first story in perseverance, 7th grade football. I'll tell you one thing about my life is throughout my childhood, I moved all around. Born in St. Louis, went to Maryville, Missouri, and then was off to Texas, Kansas City, back to Texas, so all around. But anyway, so at 7th grade, I ended up moving back to Kansas City, and I wanted to really be involved. So I get involved. I see all the cool guys have the yellow jerseys, and they're playing football. All the cool guys have the yellow jerseys. They have some girlfriends and stuff. So I really wanted to get involved. But to get the yellow jersey, it requires a lot of work. And what I learned in 7th grade football is the concept of two-a-days. Two-a-days was very, very painful. You get there in the morning, you do your calisthenics, and you run and you run. And I can remember Coach Briggs, he was just painful. He just had us run so many times and so many push-ups. And I remember just laying in the bathtub, and I had just bruises all over my body. And I was telling my mom, I said, I just can't do this. I just can't do this. I just really need to quit. And my mom said, no, you need to stick with it. You need to follow through. You need to have a complete follow-through on this. So I did. And somehow I made it through. Somehow I got my jersey, and it really just worked out. So perseverance is the key right there. Many years go by. My grandfather was a butcher, and so I thought, that would probably be a really great situation. I'll just be a butcher. My father went to college and all that stuff, so he said, he really pushed me along. You really ought to go to college. And so obviously my father went out, and I ended up going to college. And I can remember during orientation, we go all through the college, and the guy that gave us the orientation was on stage, and he goes, everybody, huge auditorium, probably 500 of us in there. He goes, I want you to look to your left, I want you to look to your right. And if you make it, and if you graduate, you'll be the only one, and the 3 people here. And I thought, wow, that really put an impression on me. So year 1, year 2, 4.5 years later, business degree, it worked out. Just pretty much got camped out in the library, knew all the quiet parts of the library, studied Stat 1, Stat 2, accounting, all that painful stuff, but made it through. So many years go by, I get into the workforce, perseverance again. What's going to happen? Well, I know I need to work hard, so I get involved with Enterprise. I'm sure you guys have heard about Enterprise. Well, Enterprise is great because they just hire college graduates. I told you that story. So with Enterprise, I had my suit on, I had my tie on, but with Enterprise, you truly work. And you get there at 7:30 in the morning, you probably leave at 6:30 at night, and you do that 5 days a week. And by the way, Doug, we need you to come in about every other Saturday. So that goes on about 5 years. And it's just not working. It's just not renting cars. It's truly cleaning cars. So you're in there vacuuming, you're in your suit vacuuming, and at this point I'm in Dallas, and it's very hot, it's July, it's 100 degrees out there, and I'm vacuuming the car and scrubbing. But through that process, I learned quite a bit, and through that process I go to a series of jobs, hurts, and keep moving forward, and over a decade plus, I kind of end up in several national sales positions. So that is where I am right now. And again, thank you very much for mentioning my 2 daughters. So to recap, perseverance. When I went through the whole exercise, perseverance is definitely the key. We talked about the 7th grade football. We talked about the college. We talked about the start of my work career. So fellow Toastmasters, I sincerely appreciate your time today. I'm going to turn it back over to the Toastmaster. And hold the vociferous applause, please. Right.
take just a moment to fill out